In 1862, the first major battle of the Civil War took place at Shiloh, Tennessee. This area is now preserved as a national park and memorial. The battlefield was originally farmland, and to keep the setting historically accurate, the Park Service leases the land in the park to farmers. Park Administrator John Bundy explains.
We have cultural landscapes of farmers' fields that are part of the story, that would have been important to the battle, would have directed how part of the battle happened in little particular areas. And these fields are part of that landscape. So when we lease these fields out, we actually are kind of incorporating the farmers into the National Park Service because they can become part of how we tell the story.
Brad Hunt of Adamsville, Tennessee, is one of the farmers that leases these lands and tells us about his participation in this unique program.
The park was a way to rent land at a very relatively low rate, somewhere around $2. We are in the central location of the park now. This is relatively known as the Sarah Bell Field. This was the Sarah Bell Farm during the battle. This is the largest tract of land on the park inside the interior of the park. This field encompasses about 27 acres.
Although peaceful and beautiful today, it is difficult to imagine and important to remember that this was indeed the very ground that was covered with fallen soldiers and the site of a highly emotional event.
This was some of the heavier action, probably the second heaviest action field during the battle. The heaviest field being, of course, where we call as the Hornet's Nest, which would be just to the northwest of us here. This would have been in the infantry line of that battle. But the casualty rate here would have been probably the second highest open ground field in the battle, of the two-day battle here at Shiloh.
Hunt takes his role in the park seriously and has grown a variety of crops on these hallowed fields.
For years, this field was used in a rotation between haylage and for summer production and wheat, or some type of forage in the summer and wheat in the winter. The Bermuda stand in this field, we had fought it for years, and in 08 or 09, I began thinking, why fight a crop that can be utilized? And so we started trying to pamper the Bermuda. This is a really good stand of grass. You're looking at production here off of this cutting being in around the 4 1/4 rolls to the acre of cured hay. That's going to be well over 3 tons of cured hay per acre on this production.
Any farmer or rancher has an attachment to the land under their care. For Hunt, farming land that is such an important part of American history carries even greater significance. Tim Blaine, RFD TV.